Hey everybody, I just thought I'd do a quick review of this pedal. I've had it for a while. This is the Electro Harmonix Turnip Greens. I hope you'll consider watching. Okay, these are those multi-effects pedals of the kind I was mentioning. There you can see the turnip greens. There's also the Holy Stain, which I think is discontinued, but if you get a chance to pick one up, it's a pretty fun pedal to have. And the Tone Tattoo, those are all Electro Harmonix. That's the Keeley Dark Side. But all these, they're not multi-effects pedals like you normally see when you look on Sweetwater or Guitar Center website, where if you go multi-effects pedals, 90% of them are those digital boards that, you know, have 5,000 different menus and drop downs, and download this app for a new preset. They release apps all the time and downloads, and you know, the Holy Grail, I would say, has, if you just want reverb, not a lot of fancy reverb tricks or, you know, out there kind of effects, but if you just want a really good reverb that sounds like you're in a good old wooden floor juke joint, the Holy Grail's got some of the best reverb. But that's a good combination. I would say it tends to be a subtler pedal. You know, the Soul Food's not really crazy fuzz overdrive, and the Holy Grail Max it gets pretty thick reverb, but it doesn't get into crazy delays and feedback and all that kind of thing much. But these are good. This one really is basically just two pedals. You get the Holy Grail Max on this side, and these are the controls, and then you get the Soul Food pedal, and the Soul Food is based on a Klon clone, so it's kind of a light crunch. Maybe like the Tube Screamer. I think it's not supposed to be a Tube Screamer, but it kind of reminds me of a Tube Screamer nonetheless. Strum Max. Up on the amp a little bit here. When I think of turnip greens, I think of the South, and like, I don't know, the Mississippi Delta, or, you know, someplace where they played the blues. On the Soul Food side of the turnip green pedal, I would tend to use the gain sparingly. I always think if I want a lot of really hot, heavy fuzz or gain, I'd use another pedal. But let's see what it can do when you crank it. I think it'll surprise us. This little pedal can crank if you want it to. I'm not much for a lot of trouble. And if I want a lot of gain, I'm going to go to another pedal. I'm just going to be honest with you. If I want a lot of like really sustainy, you know, creamy, big, fat 70s FM leads, I'm not going to use this pedal. This is for kind of a little warm-up. I actually tried this once before. One of the coolest things you can do, I think, with one of those light distortion pedals, and the Soul Food is kind of one of those light distortion pedals, is run it into a fuzz pedal. It gets kind of touchy. You get a ton of noise if you're not careful. But if you, like, say you ran a Boss SD1 into a Big Muff, you know, that you get and I'm going to try that with this. We're going to try running the Soul Food into the Keeley Dark Side, which has a fuzz. So, and then we won't run the reverb on here, and we'll use some of the delay from this. So we're going to go, the guitar's going to go into the Turnip Greens and into the Soul Food, which will have the gain right around 12 o'clock, maybe 12:30. Then from the Soul Food, there'll be no reverb coming from the Turnip Greens. It will go into the Dark Side and get fuzz, and then end with delay. That'll be the signal. Soul Food, Keeley Dark Side fuzz, Keeley Dark Side delay. You watch how good it sounds. Yeah, I think these pedals are the way to go. I wish Electro Harmonix in particular, other companies too, would make more. I wish they'd make one. You know, I have the Tone Tattoo, but I wish they'd make one. The Tone Tattoo has the Memory Toy, the Neoclone Chorus, and the Metal Muff. I wish they'd make one kind of similar with the full-blown Memory Man, and heck, even just a Big Muff, a little Big Muff. Maybe a middle pedal, but even if they just had a full Memory Man and a full Big Muff, that would be the greatest multi-effects pedal ever.